I think that it's very important for us to work together, all of the world to work together, even if they are specialists under the L&D or the human capitals. We should exchange the experiences, exchange the knowledge between all the companies just to make sure we survive from this pandemic. It's important, I think, that for the companies and the organizations to protect the workers as they can. I know sometimes it's difficult based on the financial situations, but it's important to give the job security, the health, the mental health, which is very important for us as a learning and development. We know that the human brain is not working under the stress, so we want to make sure that we are giving our workers and employees, they have a good mental health, just to make sure that when they got such online learning, online programs, they are ready to observe this information and to learn new skills. And it's a challenge for us as a learning and development to keep and human capital to keep the employees ready to get these new knowledges and new skills under this stress which is around the world. Second point, which is now we know that it's more than 90% of the companies is working from home. And as a human capital, we want to make sure that we are getting all the computer access, security tools, everything to the people and the employees' home. And it's not something easy that if the organization is not ready before. At PIF, we were ready before, so we are working from our homes before. We were working at night, so we were ready. From the second day of working from the home, when the government decided for all the companies to go to work from home, we were ready. We are equipped with all the tools, all the technologies, and this is the second point that I want to talk about it. Third point, we will talk about that we are in learning and development. On most of the companies, they canceled the face-to-face training, face-to-face meetings, and moving to the online learning platforms or online training programs, which is something also very important. The next point, which is the culture change, is very important that as a human capital, especially the learning and development, they are always a main stakeholder on the culture transformation or the culture change under the organizations. So the organization should be ready to be agile, to move quick, to be very flexible, to adapt any changes happen. So as a learning and development, we should support our organizations to be ready for any changes, current changes or current issues, or the future changes and risks. Last point, as a human capital, we should now starting developing programs focusing on empathy, resilience, caring, and the safety. So it's very important for all the human capital departments to focus on this. As a PIF, what we did, I think that first of all, we want is the reaction, how we react to this situation. At the beginning of the first week, we do some risk assessment just to make sure that we measure the risk, how long this will take, and what's the current resources that we have, how we can move to the next steps, how we can keep the learning for our employees is available for them during this situation. Then after that, when we measure this, we start communicating all the stakeholders, providers, our employees, the decision makers. We did some analysis, reports, emails, meetings, just to make sure after the risk assessment, we communicate the results of this assessment. After that, we did this decision making that we designed a plan, which we name it 180 days plan. We divided it to 90 days, 90 days. So the first 90 days, we canceled all the face-to-face programs for the first 90 days. And we will measure, I mean that for March, April, and June, we canceled all the face-to-face training for our employees. And for the second 90 days, also in the first 90 days, we canceled all the in-house trainings. For the second 90 days, we are waiting, we are measuring this. We are keep working and measuring what's the status of internationally for the situation for this pandemic, and to make sure that we are moving, and we will keep measuring, we will keep working under this plan. After that, we start now sending our employees an alternatives. So if we cancel a course for any employee, we offer him a replacement for an online course or as through our learning platforms such LinkedIn Learning and other partners. After that, we start the planning phase, which is this slide, the first slide. This is the reaction. What's the first reaction that we did? After that, we start planning, which is a midterm plan, which is around 6 months. We spent 2 weeks just to maintain and sustain to see how can we do it. Then we starting the initial knowledge transfer, how it's work from home. Second thing, we are doing the adding value, finding ways. How can we continue to add the value to our employees? Then we prepare our business plan, which I will talk about it in the next slide. So through the e-learning programs, through the virtual learning, then we start the execution, which is we are currently in this week. This is the programs that we have 2 approaches that we did for our employees. We have something we name it LPAR, which is learn, practice, apply, and reflect, this is the first one. This we have 3 main different services that we deliver it to our employees, which is the nano degree programs, which is an online degree in different technologies and different fields. Second thing, which is the virtual in-house training. So now we are making our calendar in-house training. We change all the in-house training to a virtual in-house programs through our partners, which is the instructor led, but it's a virtual programs, which is online programs. So we are trying to keep the same calendar in-house training that we have, but in online style. Third thing, or third product that we are doing, which is the virtual external training. I mean by that some of the big schools and the big names, as an example, London Business School, INSEAD, IMD, all these big names, they sometimes deliver online programs. So we are now trying to keep our employees' development plan as it is without any changes. Just our partners, sometimes they change the programs from face-to-face to online. So we are moving the employee also to these programs. The second thing, which is our supporting resources to our employees, we are delivering like a special intervention sessions. This is sometimes we are delivering a very specific subjects to specific employees. As an example, we are delivering some programs, especially in procurement for our procurement team, or for the procurement for PIF employees, or for the PIF portfolios and companies. Another thing, we are doing open enrollment courses for everyone. They can join these programs. In general, this through sometimes many partners, they are sending us some of their free programs, free courses. So they are sending to us. We prepare a list of all these programs. We schedule it and we send it to our employees as a list, so they can select and they can join such programs. Third thing, we are designing now something we name it PIF Talks. Still, we are working on it. It's not finalized, but we are sure that we will work on it. The PIF Talk, it's something similar to TED Talk, but we name it PIF Talk. So we will have a very great speakers. They can come to give sessions or webinars to our employees and portfolios. The last one, which is very important one, which is the e-learning platforms. This is, we are now measuring and keep measuring and monitoring the progress for the platforms such LinkedIn Learning. We are now working. We found it's extremely high now. The numbers is increased by the time, and we want to make sure we are measuring the impact of that learning to our employees. And I'm sure that so I think that one of the main challenges that all such platforms facing in the last years, that the employees, they not have an experience before with e-learning. Now it's a great chance that now all the employees, or most of our employees, or around the world, they are now trying these platforms, which is great. Short courses, very structured, with the high quality. So we can get what we need in a short time, and in a different with different courses, different programs in different fields. So it's available. So we name it at PIF, learn anytime, anywhere.